Imagine this. You stand at the edge of a grand ballroom, watching as a crowd applauds a man basking in the glow of triumph. His name is etched into history, his genius celebrated, yet you know the truth. The ideas were never his. The labor was never his. He merely wielded the shadows of others, letting them toil in obscurity while he claimed the light. Here lies the unsettling paradox. The world rewards not those who do the work, but those who master the illusion of creation. Friedrich Nietzsche saw this clearly. All great things must first wear terrifying masks, he wrote. What if true power lies not in labor, but in the theft of labor? What if the greatest conquerors are not warriors, but puppeteers? The question gnaws at you. How many legends were built on borrowed brilliance? And more chilling, could you do the same? The answer lies in a dark truth. Humanity is wired to worship the appearance of genius, not the sweat behind it. Nietzsche called this the will to power, the driving force behind all human ambition. We crave idols, symbols of greatness to project our hopes onto, even if those idols are hollow. Why? Because effort is invisible. Credit is mythic. Carl Jung understood this. The shadow of society rewards the cunning, not the diligent. History's victors are rarely its hardest workers, but its greatest illusionists. They manipulate perception, letting others exhaust themselves in the trenches while they ascend, unscathed, to the throne. But this is more than mere deception. It's a survival mechanism. In a world that glorifies results, not labor, the true strategist knows. Let others build the bridge, then walk across it first. The question now shifts. Who have you been building bridges for? And worse, who has already taken credit for yours? The trap is set. The next move is yours. Consider this. Every time a society elevates the fraud over the worker, it poisons its own foundations. Like Nietzsche's slave morality, the resentment festers. Those who actually create grow bitter, while the impostors grow bloated on stolen glory. But here's the cruel twist. The system keeps rewarding the theft. Cognitive science reveals why. Our brains are wired for narrative simplicity. We prefer clean stories of lone geniuses over messy truths of collective labor. The halo effect ensures that once someone is crowned a winner, we retroactively justify their theft as brilliance. Meanwhile, the real architects of progress fade into obscurity, their names erased by history's selective memory, and so the cycle continues. The cunning rise, the diligent are exploited, and civilization itself becomes a pyramid of uncredited toil. The question is no longer whether this happens, but when it will happen to you. Will you be the one lifting others onto your shoulders, only to watch them take the victory lap? The clock is ticking. The next move must be decisive. The escape lies not in rejection of the game, but in mastering its darkest mechanics. Nietzsche proclaimed, "He who cannot obey himself will be commanded, so command yourself to stop feeding your labor into the jaws of those hungrier for credit than creation." Study history's true puppeteers, the Medici, who bankrolled Renaissance genius while etching their own name into eternity. Steve Jobs, who transformed Wozniak's engineering into cultural mythology. Their power came not from doing, but from orchestrating, turning others' productivity into their own legend. Here's the counterintuitive key. Become the architect, not the bricklayer. Let hands work while you shape perception. Direct energy, don't expend it. The radical shift. Stop asking, how can I contribute? And start asking, whose contributions can I magnify and claim? The revolution begins when you realize the world doesn't want your sweat. It wants your narrative. Now, who will you persuade to sweat for yours? The final revelation awaits. Here is the crushing, liberating epiphany. All power is stolen. Every empire, every masterpiece, every revolution, built on the backs of invisible labor, then baptized in the name of a singular victor. Nietzsche saw this in the birth of gods and nations. There are no facts, only interpretations. And the ultimate interpretation is always written by those who seize the narrative. This is not cynicism, it is cosmic law. The pyramids bear Khufu's name, not the slave's bones. Da Vinci is remembered, not the apprentices who mixed his paints. You stand now at the crossroads. Will you remain the anonymous hand holding up another's triumph? Or will you become the thief of thrones, the silent force redirecting the river of credit to your own shores? The choice is binary, architect or material, puppeteer or puppet. The game was never fair, but now at least you see the board. Go, write your legend in borrowed ink.